here because I don't know what the hell to do with this whole like black screen over here because just trying to figure out like what do I want to do with the screen real estate. I'll find out. That's the one problem with like DS games is like what do I do with this? Yeah, I think we're just gonna do this because I want to play this and see if I like this game. Like, I remember super enjoying this game as a kid, but I don't remember if it was any good. Because I definitely remember liking some really terrible games as a kid. I mean, I assume this would be good. It's also like one of the more. It's Namco, yeah. I think it's like one of the most recent versions of digdug that ever happened, even if it isn't like fully normal digdug. But I should probably get into my usual playthrough mode instead of my normal. Like I gotta like laying back. To get into the mood, not mood. What's it called? Mode of just explaining everything, being a glorified tutorial NPC, telling you how this game works. Hooray! I also need to update the game. I don't want to take a. I don't want to print the screen. Go away. Is this game even on Twitch? It is. Should I read the text or should I just let it play? No, I'm just kind of curious if people want that. Look at him go. Why is there no music here? I know there's music there. Maybe it's when you beat the game? Yeah, I know there's supposed to be music here. Because I own this game physically on my DS. I still have the cart. I can go grab it right now. Probably just an emulation error. First practice on the small island. It is a relatively short game. There's only like 13 stages, I believe. This is it. I mean, I don't actually have a camera for my computer, so I guess I'd have to like take a picture and put it on the stream. His father. And I'm chairman of the Driller Association. Who is this? I've heard the name somewhere. I'll show these jokers how it's done. Now tell me what happened. Oh, Tezo. Is it Tezo or Tezo? I think it's Tezo. It's Tezo Hori or whatever. Yeah. I am the president of Rishia. I'll give you the details. It's just Pac-Man. Rishia is composed of a group of islands. A great number of valuable fossils are buried beneath. We send driller teams around the island to investigate. To excavate, bleh. But they awaken monsters that were asleep beneath the surface. But they awaken monsters. Hold on. We need you to take care of these monsters. That's it. It'll be a piece of cake. Leave it to me. Are you sure you can handle it? Of course, haven't you heard I took care of the digdug incident? Why is it just called the digdug? Forgot about that. I vaguely remember something about that. It's just appeared from below the surface. Tutorial how to play digdug. Shoot the harpoon with the A button. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. So if you played digdug before, which it's on most Namco collections, it's kind of hard not to have played digdug at this point. This is just kind of, right now, is the standard vanilla digdug schlock before they get the new gimmicks in. This is all kind of standard stuff. I don't really need to explain how this works. The real fun is the new mechanics. I really enjoy the new mechanics. They're okay. I kind of want to play through the game properly. Really? It's kind of fun. And they even have the first level as the tutorial level in this game. And this game actually does redo a lot of the old digdug things where if you stop moving, the music stops, which is kind of cute. Unfortunately, the game is a little slow, but at least from what I remember, it's a little slow, but not too bad. It gets a lot more fun once you get in some of the later levels. I'll definitely, from what I remember, the game has a very weak beginning. No! Get back here! Damn it. Well, one escaped. Worst part is in practice, I got them all. That's just like what's happening now. Now, actually, something I do want to show. Save a state. And I do want to reload the game, because there is something I legitimately want to show. I can remember how to fucking skip the cutscene. There we go. Hey, look, I played the song. Because I believe if you die, you actually get a different cutscene here. Or at least slightly different. I believe, if I remember that correctly, as a kid. Yeah. And they at least comment on the fact that if you mess up in the practice, they at least mention it. So it's kind of cute. I just want to show that. Back to normal. You see, I'm the best man for the job. They kill these monsters for us? Bet I'll round them up in no time. Digdug, you don't round them up, you kill them. He's gone already. And now, to get over the new stuff. Now we can see there's a giant stake in the ground. Stakes in the ground of each stage. Dive a stake deeper by drilling beneath it. Pretty simple stuff. Boop. A crack will appear on the surface once the stake sinks past a certain point. There are two types of stakes, red and blue. The direction of the crack differs depending on the color of the stake. Link cracks to an island collapse, dropping the smaller portion of the island into the ocean. Now this is actually a gameplay reference to Digdug 2, a game that less people even know existed. Except this time you're actually having to drill in the stakes to do it, instead of just like how you would before, which is using a jackhammer and just destroying the island. And you only destroy certain parts of the island. And there's also items to help power you up. And I skipped shit. Well, there's just tutorial stuff, it wasn't important. Basic Digdug lock. So the main gimmick with this game is trying to drown the giant boss monsters, and defeat the rest of them. Now, you can't actually really deal with the big boss monsters currently. Thankfully, this one can't move. It's just kind of going to sit up here screaming its head off for a little bit. And, yes, it does kill you. So the main thing you'll be doing is going into these little holes and drilling to dig the thing down. Unfortunately, it doesn't shut up, so really we're doing kind of the same thing we just did, but now we're actually exploring it with the main gimmick. And the game actually does remember your lives, so it is a good idea to collect one up, so you might as well. And And as you dig, you'll find fossils and other little things. Those increase your score, because this is still an arcade game. To its core, it's just kind of modernizing it, making it something a little different. I've said it before as a weird comparison, but it's kind of like the Pac-Man Championship Donkey Kong 98 version of like Dig Dug. Because like if you played those games, you know they kind of remix and redo kind of how like the original ones. I guess more Pac-Man Championship Edition, not Donkey Kong 98. Because Donkey Kong 98 is kind of its own thing entirely. Compared to Pac-Man Championship Edition, which is kind of like still normal Pac-Man, but they change up how it works a little bit. They remix it. This one kind of remixes Dig Dug 1 and 2. But the music definitely does still slap. Pretty simple. This is just a small game that I kind of want to play. I'm not going to be going for 100% because that's work. Nope. It's over. I'm trusting you to handle it. I'll take care of it now for the next one. Dad? And actually, there's actually a ton of references to a bunch of other Namco games. I think it's Namco. Yeah, this is Namco. It's Dig Dug's Pac-Man. Looks like he's not home. Joe's gone. Nice map on mark on the map. I'm worried. He's getting older, but he hasn't slowed down a bit. Because yes, if you've ever played the Mr. Driller games, you should know Dig Dug or Taizo is in there as one of the playable characters, and he's actually the dad of Mr. Driller. Don't worry, you better hurry to find your father. I don't remember who Dr. Z is, because I'll be honest, I haven't played much Mr. Driller. I've kind of mostly just played the Dig Dug. I don't know, Mr. Driller was never super my thing. But then I also didn't give it a crazy chance. Fly by himself. Huh? Let's call it the Horicopter. Take and go find your father. Thank you, Dr. Z. Come on, Poochie. You'll find Tessa. I do find it... Oh yeah, the dog can talk. Second increase, be careful when the enemy jumps. Crackle. Can you hear me, Dad? Listen, what are you doing here? Well, I just want to see you at work. Yeah, it's not because we're worried or anything like that. Oh, I see. Just don't get in the way. Sure, Dad, but call me if you need anything. Look at that son helping his dad. Look at him go. So now we're getting to a bit more, again, the next step of difficulty up. Now the enemy moves around, so you actually have to time when you sink the island. Really gonna need to do both here, so we might as well just go down and do one. I think we're gonna ideally trap him on the right side of the island, yeah. Again, collect the special flags, which is very funny that because I think of that item way more because of Smash Brothers now compared to like, you know, the actual Dig Dug games, stuff like that. Thankfully, this enemy's a lot better. He doesn't talk all the time. Actually, never mind. We're going to show off a mechanic. Now that died. Now that I'm thinking about it, we might as well. So this meat here, this is actually something completely new. We can't really interact with it or shoot it with a harpoon. But the big thing is, the enemies can interact with it. And if the meat makes it all the way to the top, you can break it by shooting it with your bubble, and it puts it right back in the spot. But the main gimmick with this meat is you do want to pay attention to it, because if an enemy gets it to the top, thankfully from speed up feature, it, interestingly enough, will actually buff the main boss monster. So you do want to pay attention to that and make sure it doesn't get to the top. And a binge on the boss monster will actually get buffed more and more and can do different things. Really, as for this monster, it doesn't mean much if it gets buffed. Thankfully, because like I said, yeah, it really doesn't mean much if he gets buffed right this second. It really becomes a problem with some of the later ones that, can summon monsters and, knock down your spikes a lot faster, which is a big fucking issue later in the game. Or monsters that can suddenly learn how to fly, so you have to wait for them to land. It's kind of annoying. Now, a new gimmick with this stage as well is these rolling boulders. If you walk up to them, they will immediately start charging to whatever direction and keep going, and they'll fall down any holes in the way, and actually crush any monsters on the way, too. Very, very... Oh, no. Well, that is why I say collect special flags. Save yourself from my own incompetence. Yeah, that was kind of checkmate. I was like, oh, no. Any more special flags here? Nope. I forget what these enemies are called. I can't remember. I know that's a Frygon or whatever. Frygon, I don't remember. This was a game I really didn't do much research on, like I did, like, Pikmin 251, stuff like that. Or Mad Rat Dead. I didn't do a whole lot of practice. I just kind of played normally. But let's show off one of the other little gimmicks. Actually show off one of the items in a second once it gets in spot. Because all these little yellow items you've been picking up actually do have a purpose, because I haven't really used them. First off, this thunder little thing will actually automatically stun enemies that you're near. Which is pretty helpful, but unfortunately you can only use it underground, so you can't use it above ground to like stun the boss. Get to your spot, please. Because stunning the boss and dealing with the boss while underground is actually Mr. Driller's job. Good old driller time. As you can see, we have a bomb here. Can you guess what we're going to do with it? Blow myself up. No. We're going to drop it. And if you hit the boss, did that really not count? Are you kidding me? That really didn't count. Fuck you. Come on. Why is it every time I want to explain something? Well, I guess we wait. And that's a Ghost Frygon. They're kind of annoying. Okay, this time with feeling and not mess it up. And then with that, the boss will be stunned for a bit, making it a little easier to, drown him. Drowned. Drowned! Thank you for updating the high score. Cool. Got it. Three one-ups. That's gonna be helpful. I'm gonna try not to use any rewind or save many save states, but I don't think because I don't think I have them. Did you know enemies will drown? Yes, when you break a island stake and their water can potentially get in the hole, then they'll actually start drowning the area. And you can also drown yourself. So, don't do that. Which, funnily enough, the little air gauge symbol is actually the same symbol they do from the actual Mr. Driller games. I just fucking realized I didn't have my desktop audio on for that entire time. We're rolling with it! I'm not going back. I guess that explains why there was no music. Well, because I had my audio on my side, I forgot it wasn't on the Twitch side. Man, I feel dumb. Streaming's hard. At least we get to hear one of the better songs. I really like this song. Oh yeah, explain how the music works, how it doesn't play the song when you're not moving. Don't turn on the audio at all. Like, good job, me. Anyways, our next power-up is the screwdriver. This is a super important power-up. Because with it, we can actually turn some of these stakes, which means we can destroy bigger sections of the island if we want and know how this stuff works. Now, this does require to know how big the areas are, but it does help. Man, I'm stupid. So dumb. You die. Now that our next power-up, we'll explain in a second. Now, it is a little more, it's not super complicated, it's just a matter of, like, you need to know how to time it. No, bring me that meat! The meat is mine! No, you don't. And then before we actually, end the level, let's go quickly check these other holes for some items to get for more power-ups. Because you can collect stuff to make weapons and stuff to, like, get more power-ups. And I also want to go, gather more special flags, because I'm gonna need them, because I'm kind of incompetent. Ooh. Speed up is a feature I should not be allowed to have. I will just use it all damn day. Anyways, let's call on the helicopter one more time. And use our next power-up, the weight. Now with the weight, you can probably guess where this is going. It instantly knocks a snake down, which is very helpful. Ba-ba-da. Ba-ba-da. And now on our little bonus wheel for ending levels, power-ups can now start spawning here, which is cool. Or weapons, I guess is what they're called. Nothing.